right, guys, we are back. I'm Noah. With me is Wolf. It is a GSL Code A round of 32. It has been a very crazy day today. It's actually been really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some epic games, and Maka showing us a long game and a quick one.
Yeah, that's right. Maka showing us his variety of playstyles. And so, yeah, he's going to the round of 16. Going to have to see who he faces later. Other players advancing today were in Game 1. We saw Hozo Tassadar advance to the round of 16 against Fnatic Phoenix. And then we also saw FXO Leenock take down Slayer's Boxer. And then, of course, Maka Prime just taking down Dream, another player for MVP. And now we have got Zenex Hack versus MarineKing Prime. Studio's pretty packed today. Everybody's showing up to watch MarineKing and Boxer and Leenock and Phoenix and all these other great players. It's actually like the most stacked day of Code A I've ever seen.
Now, I'll tell you guys, I agree with everything you just said. I just had this thought, and I wanted to say it. Hack has a very similar style to MarineKing. They use that marine-oriented style. I mean, that's not necessarily what they're going to use today, but that's what they both kind of developed the style. Hack modeled the style after MarineKing, but for a while, MarineKing and Hack were both separately using this style and learning it and improving it.
Yeah.
And it would be really epic if their styles collided like that here. But I think most likely we're going to see more mech-oriented play from both of these guys today, because that's just what most people find to be a better style right now.
Well, MarineKing's become a lot more of a standard Terran player, since the early crazy days of when he gained his namesake as MarineKing, back when he was known as Boxer or Foxer, depending. And look at that new keyboard. Got that a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Cool keyboard.
MarineKing likes to checker his QSIM DT35s.
Yep. That's right. We're going to go look for some of those right after the cast, actually. Actually, I think we're going to get food first.
That's what I'm thinking about right now,
I shouldn't talk about food right before we cast the TBT. Well, here's his opponent. It is the next Hack. And Hack, he got an all-kill, I believe, in the Team League.
Yes.
And, he's been around in the Clash of Houses tournament that I casted earlier. He actually did quite well, if I remember right. So, he's a good player. He's one of those players that, we were kind of due to see in the GSL, but he's got a tough opponent in MarineKing here.
I think this guy also won a TL Open recently as well, if I remember correctly.
He might have, but
I know he at least placed very well. I think he won a TL Open about 3 to 4 weeks ago.
Okay. Cool. And so our first map is going to be Crossfire. So that is going to be an interesting map to start off on.
They show us for a second there.
And Crossfire, as you can see. And second map is going to be Zelnaga Fortress. And the third map is going to be Daybreak. If we get there, it's going to be interesting to see because we had such a long and crazy game on there before.
There are eliminated maps. MarineKing eliminating Antigua Shipyard. And Hack strangely eliminating Metalopolis.
That's weird. I would...
Maybe afraid of the close air positions. He doesn't like dealing with Banshees or something like that.
That could be it. If there's one style you don't like playing against, that's a good one to do. Oh, hello again. So yeah, we're going to move into the game very soon. It's like, where's Wolf and Doa? We're here.
All right, let's jump into it.
Over here, or up here, I should say, at the top of GSL Crossfire. It is a player from the team Prime, a former multiple-time GSL finalist, now down in the Code A round of 32. He is
MarineKing Prime Week.
A lot of fans here for MarineKing, and this is a huge deal, man. To go from second place in a lot of GSL finals to Code A, stressful. And here we have our newcomer, the new kid on the block from the team, Zenex.
Zenex Hack.
Zenex Hack.
This is a very important match because obviously if MarineKing loses, he's going to fall out of Code A.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that he's incapable of re-qualifying, because he definitely is. But also, Hack's a player who hasn't gotten as much recognition as he deserves, to put it bluntly. He's a very strong player. This guy could have the potential to go into Code S. We'll see how he does here in Code A. And something interesting to note, I think that MarineKing's sister is here watching this match.
Yeah, I think I saw her in the background. I don't know.
Yeah.
She became famous after that video about MarineKing. But I was going to say something, I completely forgot it now.
Well, I mentioned MarineKing's sister, and then like everything goes away, man.
So anyway,
Xenex Hack went gas first. Is that what you were going to say?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Isn't that interesting, Wolf? Xenex Hack going gas first. And you mentioned that he hadn't had enough recognition. This is what I actually want to talk about. Is we're actually starting to finally get to see more tournaments with these guys in them, you know, than just the GSL. A lot of times, if a player has a bad match in the GSL, a lot of people just label them as a bad player, and that's not always necessarily true, you know, because you can win other tournaments and then just have a bad match in another tournament. But you know, with the foreign scene, if that's the only tournament you see, it's kind of tough to kind of overcome that. So have to see how Hack does. Yeah, because he's done well in other events.
He really has. And he's done well in the GSTL, and I've seen practice games with this guy. He's just a very good Terran. His TBT is pretty good. He likes to do the style that, like I was saying, is very similar to MarineKing's, where he used to. Like when that style was popular, he was always doing it. MarineKing was doing it. They did it together. They weren't like practicing together. It was like Newton developing calculus at the same time as, was it Leibniz? I don't remember who the other guy was. I'm like not really into that like calculus stuff, but I know like they developed it at different times, and they were like both claiming that they did it. It's like, well, who did it first? It was one of those things.
I don't know, man. If I tried to like talk about history and calculus and things like that, I'd end up sounding like Bill and Ted and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Man, I've seen parts of that, but I haven't quite seen that film yet.
You what?
What? I haven't like really seen it.
All right.
It seemed like a good. I mean, it seemed kind of funny when I watched bits of it, but I just didn't.
It's actually a great movie. We're gonna watch it now.
Okay. Well,
we're watching Speed Racer tonight.
Yeah, we got Speed Racer. We're gonna watch that.
Yep, we're gonna watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure very soon. If we could find it anywhere.
I know there's like probably like all these people out there that hate Speed Racer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to those people.
Just feel bad for them.
I don't feel bad for them, but I'm just like,
I just pity them.
I mean, it's their opinion, but like, don't judge me. I like Speed Racer. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's actually what I'm trying to say.
Wolf likes Speed Racer, and it's here to stay.
I grew up with Speed Racer, man, and Speed Racer, the film, I thought was well done. As a Speed Racer fan, I thought it was well done.
I like this little move by MarineKing there. No, I'm sorry, by Hack there, looking for any proxies, just to be safe. Easy thing to overlook, but it is good.
Now Medevac coming out here from MarineKing, he's going to be doing a Blue Flame Hellion drop.
Yep.
And with these Marines, whoa, hold that thought.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
And oh no, Hack losing a Hellion.
Hellion versus Hellion battles are just so weird.
Yeah,
those Hellions trying to go up the ramp always at a disadvantage.
Oh, Hack's got to be careful here.
Yeah, got to be careful with that Banshee, but with good control, he can actually kill almost every single one of those Marines. And MarineKing knows that he's actually just going to turn around.
Yeah, well, he can kill every single one of those Marines.
Yeah. I mean, you really can with good Banshee control, but now that Medevac is here, that's going to change a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, one Marine still getting taken out.
Hack in a decent position from here. He knows what's coming. He knows it's going to be Blue Flame Hellions.
Yeah.
He saw the Medevac. He did some damage. Unfortunately, it was supply blocks. He wasn't able to take as much advantage from that situation as he wanted to. His Command Center is finished. MarineKing, however, not started a Command Center yet. He's investing a lot in this first push.
He's putting a lot into it. If it doesn't work, he's going to be pretty far behind.
Yeah,
but,
and
you know, it's not a bad map for it. The way the main is laid out in Crossfire, you can have a pretty well, you have a couple good locations to drop things that's usually out of sight.
Well, here comes that drop now. It's going to be spotted by the Command Center. And how many units does he have at home to defend this, though? He's got a Banshee. That's going to be the real crucial unit here.
But is MarineKing going to kill some SCVs here? And the answer is no.
Killed just a few. They were all put on stop position. Makes them more difficult to kill, but he didn't do the wolf stop trick where you hold an F1. I didn't create that trick. Don't name it after me, but I talk about it all the time.
We'll call it the wolf stop. You can name it after you. It's okay.
Well, someone else made it. It's not my idea. I don't want to take credit for it.
All right. Well, that's good. That's manner of you. Can I still call it the wolf stop?
You can. You can call it that. You might want to ask permission of the original creator if he's okay with that. Well, I do not endorse this. All right.
Well, nobody does it, so it doesn't really matter.
I know. Why don't they do it, man? So the barracks gets taken out here.
wanted to land where the command center was, but that's not going to happen. So MarineKing going to be moving into mech. Producing an armory in another factory right now. And a Raven as well, which is good to get early, I think, in TVT these days.
Looks like Hack wants to start switching into mech himself.
Yeah, makes sense.
Taking out a lot of the Hellions of MarineKing here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, MarineKing actually losing a lot of stuff right now. Hack is actually dead even with MarineKing on supply. So
he's 4 workers ahead.
Safe.
Now you can notice that Hack's style kind of started out in this game with very, like it had the intentions of possibly going Marine tank. I think he's kind of adapting to what MarineKing has done here though. Oh, he's going to attack from 2 sides, using the Hellions to try to sneak into the main. MarineKing is prepared, but is it going to be enough when 2 groups of units come from different sides?
Yeah, well, that Raven not firing at the other Raven right away. So it looks like Hack will win that fight. And yeah, right now it's next Hack. He's got a pretty good composition. He's got the Vikings out there to protect the Banshee. 1 Viking even landing. And see, this is exactly what we were talking about earlier, where these early Terran pushes now just consist of like really small numbers of a lot of different units. Like we had Marines, Hellions, Ravens, or no, I'm sorry, Marines, Hellions, Banshees, and Vikings there.
Yeah, and the Banshee remains alive and continue to harass here. And MarineKing, he doesn't have any attacking units. His first attacking unit comes out the Thor here.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to kill the Banshee with a Thor, which works. But does it work very well against this? Not really. It can't kill those Hellions fast enough before the Hellions kill a ton of SCVs.
Yeah, what's the workers lost tab at right now?
Well, the workers lost tab says 14 workers kill, 42 to 24 SCVs in the favor of Hack.
Yeah, Hack definitely a little bit ahead in this game so far.
Sending another group of 4 Hellions to the natural. The SCVs haven't really replenished there. And run away with those.
Yeah, not really able to work in there and do any damage. 1 tank and 1 Thor is going to shut that down pretty well. Now, Hack is getting an armory of his own, producing a few more medevacs, getting a couple tanks, getting siege mode. Hack is going to be pretty safe against any sort of pressure MarineKing wants to put on him at this point.
I think Hack, from here, he's got a lead. He's going to play safely. He's making a command center at home. He has got 3 factories up and running. Both of these guys having 3 factories. Pretty normal to have 3 factories on 2 base.
Yeah.
Going to lose a little bit of map control with these Hellions, but that's okay. He knows MarineKing may be pushing now. He's going to get ready. He's going to posture himself. He knows that Thor is somewhat scary on this push.
And he's going to do some scouting with that barracks as well. So,
this is actually like a really nice timing.
Yeah, actually, I thought Zenek's Hack was going to be ready for this, but he's actually not. Siege mode is not done yet. Having to pull some SCVs, and MarineKing getting himself back in this game in a big way.
Yeah, he actually is a big way. May even be an understatement here. He's going to kill all these SCVs.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of damage. And the Thor may be able to crush the tank, but he's blocked by the SCVs. Hack's SCV is blocking the Thor out. That was nicely done by Hack. Otherwise, the game would have just ended right there, I think.
Yeah, that Thor could have easily killed both of those siege tanks.
But even so, MarineKing is in a pretty good spot. Hack, he's going to be forced to leave this command center. And he's, for some reason, deciding not to. There he goes. It is burning down, though.
Yeah, he needs to repair that. It's got plenty of health, so I think it's going to be fine. But,
most likely.
But yeah, MarineKing, again, getting back in this game. That attack was hugely successful. What's the worker count right now? I have to imagine MarineKing's probably in the head.
39 for Hack, 33 for MarineKing.
It's actually not. Okay, never mind.
And this is this engagement going back into Hack's favor, though.
Yeah, I think MarineKing stuck around a little bit too long, and now he's definitely overextending. Oh, MarineKing.
That was pretty bad. And the command center, though, for Hack is still burning.
It's got 300 hit points. Yeah, don't worry. It's got plenty of time. He should repair it, though. And he's not.
And for some reason, he's still not repairing that. There he goes.
Nope, he's not.
No, that SCV right-clicked right next to it.
He's actually not repairing that command center. We've seen them just burn down in the past. All right, come on.
This is getting a little bit weird. Okay, so he did realize that SCV
Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is about to get very awkward.
He's like, this shouldn't be burning still.
It's like the SCV boss is like, yeah, just keep taking the minerals and the gas into the burning command center. It's okay. Don't worry about it. This is only a drill. And that Hellion's going to die as soon as it's dropped off. In fact, it's not going to be dropped off. Don't drop it off. Heck. Now drop it off.
Drops that Hellion off. He's trying to shoot at the refineries. That drop was very well prepared for.
Yeah, I'd say so. And MarineKing about even on supply with Hack again right now.
Yeah, 86 for both these guys.
Another scouting barracks. Seeing what's up, he's going to check out the army at the front. So right now, Hack's going to need to kind of play a little bit more defensively. That's what we see him doing with those siege tanks.
They're both researching +2 vehicle weapons, but Hack canceled his.
Oh.
That was like really weird. Oh, I love this positioning by Hack. The Hellions can't retreat. Trapped between Blue Flame Hellions and siege tanks. Not a place where any light unit wants to be.
Trapped between a rock and a hot place. Yeah, I think he canceled that upgrade for some reason to get that Thor a little bit faster.
Yeah, that was very unusual.
Yeah, because he canceled the upgrade and got the Thor.
And it was about a third of the way done, so it was a pretty big cancel.
Could have been a mistake too, but yeah, that's weird, man.
Pretty weird.
Pretty strange.
Pretty weird.
It's a little bit chilly in here today. I never thought I would say that again, but it's actually a little bit chilly.
Well, I don't know, man. Maybe winter is coming. It's like creeping in.
Winter is coming.
It's in August, man. It's coming in. I don't know. I've heard it gets pretty cold in Korea during the winter, which is very exciting for me because I'm from Atlanta, and things don't ever get very cold in Atlanta.
Well, you have a lot to look forward to. I shouldn't need to tell a wolf winter is coming, though.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me.
Have you seen Game of Thrones yet?
I actually have seen it, yes.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
I'm very much looking forward to the next season.
Me too, man.
I did not read the books, so...
I'm actually rereading them right now. I read them before, but I want to read the new one. But before that, I have to reread the old ones because it's been so long since...
When some dates get announced, I might get on that. I might start reading those.
Yeah.
So right now, MarineKing has taken the top left base a little bit later than Hack has had the top or bottom right. So Hack is a little bit ahead in that regard. He's got map control. He's got a very strong map presence right now. MarineKing's got... He's made some Thors. Both these guys got some Thors out. Now, what we may see becoming the turning point for this game, though, is air control. And Hellion's here battling in the middle. MarineKing getting tanks, getting caught. Oh! There's been a theme for today, MarineKing losing tanks, but these Thors going to do a decent amount of damage to the Vikings.
Yeah, overall, MarineKing has been a little bit iffy so far in this game. He had that one good attack.
He's been overextending himself a lot.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he wants to end the game. He just wants to make sure he's safe in Code A. But that's not going to help. Lining him up.
Nice splitting, though.
Yeah, pretty good split there. And SCVs
sending them back maybe too soon.
Oh, way too soon. Oh no, MarineKing losing a lot of SCVs there. And so things not going well for MarineKing in a lot of small ways, but it's really kind of snowballing. It's adding up to a deficit for MarineKing. He's already about 20 supply behind, almost 30 supply behind right now.
Hack is considering dropping these Vikings and do some harass. He's like, I'm not sure if I want to do it. Well, now he's sure.
He's doing it up at the natural base of MarineKing. Second base of MarineKing, but at the same time, Hack moving into the middle of the map as well. Absolutely annihilating the army of MarineKing. Is he going to be able to break all the siege tanks, though? I don't know.
Thor is struggling to walk around the watchtower.
Man, remember when the Thors were even bigger back in the beta?
Oh, yeah, man.
They had troubles, like, moving down a ramp.
That was kind of weird when that was going on.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to look back at those days. Dude, when I look at beta videos, I'm like, whoa.
Some of you, any of you who didn't play in the beta, Thors actually used to be a lot bigger than they are right now. They actually reduced them in size by about 30%, I think. They used to be quite a bit bigger. But they would, like, get stuck on ramps and things. They looked awesome, but it's too big.
That barracks is spotted by a sensor tower on the missile turret. Angrily shoots it down.
Yep, a lot of scouting barracks for MarineKing. Interesting strategy. I mean, it's only 150 minerals to build a barracks that you can then scout with, so it's not exactly a big investment, but it's a little bit slower, you know?
Whoa! Took out that Hellion, now going for some more SCVs.
I love the smell of roast SCV in the morning, Wolf.
68 SCVs for Hack now against the 55 of MarineKing. Plus 3 weapons on the way for MarineKing for his mech units.
Yeah.
Vehicle weapons.
And a Raven. You may have already said that.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
But that is true, he is getting a Raven.
It's my job to, like, recognize all the Raven stuff that's happening in Terran games.
Raven fanboy.
I'm a Raven fanboy. If I could get a t-shirt that had a picture of a Raven on it, I would wear it.
I love the, like, That's So Raven joke that people make on the internet about Ravens.
That's not funny at all, Wolf. And it looks like MarineKing is going to break this little hole that back in the middle of the map.
This is a good move by MarineKing. He realized what was going on over here, and he had that opportunity. And now he scans and sees there's only 4 tanks here. He may decide to go forward again, but I think it might be wise to just back off. He has overextended himself a lot in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'd at least like to see him send a couple SCVs down there to repair. It looks like he has a couple in there. They kind of seem to be following one of the tanks at the moment. I don't know if they're actually repairing.
Yeah, they're repairing.
Okay. Looks like MarineKing's going to have that gold a little bit earlier than Hack.
Yes. And MarineKing moving himself into a position to move up this ramp. He just barely gets up the ramp before the tanks receives, but his units get stuck.
That's not a
This happened to him so many times here today, but he does break up the ramp, and now he's cleaning up Hack's units. Yep. He's taking control here. He's now going to shut down the gold base of Hack.
Yeah, he had enough stuff, but you know he's just not playing very cost efficiently right now. Might be enough though. Who knows?
Vikings on the ground, landed, trying to take out his army. The siege tanks on the left side doing a lot more damage, but these Hellions have something to say about that.
Yeah, it looks like Hack is going to be able to clean this up a little bit. Moving right up next to the siege tank so it can't fire.
Holds the gold base. He's got that mining. MarineKing's gold base just finishing up. He doesn't, of course, have any SCVs there yet.
Yep.
+3 weapons from MarineKing's mech finishing up here, so he's going to be at +3. Hack, on the other hand, has just +1. He hasn't even started +2 yet.
And MarineKing already mining on a gas there. SCV's just kind of chilling out. It's a hard life, you know, hauling gas. It's explosive. It's kind of dangerous.
Well, you know what's even worse than Vespine gas?
What?
Terrazine gas. Mining that stuff is pretty dangerous.
I believe it. So in the middle of the map, we didn't see it, but Hack actually took out a lot of MarineKing's units there, and landing his Vikings to do a little bit of harassment.
You know, target down that auto turret maybe and get out of there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to lose both of those Vikings though.
The tanks came in. He probably should have just left. The second auto turret was dropped.
Yeah, and the next Hack looks like he may want to move towards the gold base of MarineKing.
Ooh, he's going to move some Hellions over there.
Yeah, he's already got some Hellions there.
Oh, messed up his control a little bit. He could have killed so many SCVs.
Yep. It takes a while to kill a command center with Hellions.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Depends on how many Hellions you have. If that's one single player
depends
mission,
on how many. Depends on how much HP the command center has left. It only has 10 HP left. It won't take very long.
True. Yeah.
Auto drop, auto turret drop.
Tanks shooting each other. That's kind of nice.
Almost as cool as a mule drop.
Yeah.
Forces the tanks to unsiege. That's what MarineKing wants, so he can move his tank line up, take control of that high ground there.
Once you get rid of the Vikings too, you can really abuse tank lines quite a bit with Ravens. It's really cool to see.
Now Hack is going to try to maneuver his tanks to outposition MarineKing. This is a very positional matchup, especially on a map like Crossfire. And the one Banshee to rule them all. How many Vikings does MarineKing have? He doesn't have any Vikings. In fact, Hack has 2. So that Banshee probably not going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the Viking is only as good, or the Banshee is only as good as the Vikings that are protecting it. And here we kind of see the interesting thing about Crossfire and TVT is that it's so positional. It's so difficult to move around the map on Crossfire. You have to be very, very careful. Otherwise, you can end up overextending yourself a little bit, like we saw MarineKing do a couple times.
Well, MarineKing only has 2 siege tanks at the top of that ramp, but those siege tanks themselves are enough to deter Hack from trying to break up a ramp.
Oh, I don't know if this is a good idea for MarineKing, though. I think it might be a good idea after all. Never mind.
Well, the Banshee is doing a lot of damage here.
Yep.
Hellions trying to kill siege tanks. MarineKing
actually surprised
losing a lot of units. I like this orbital lifting. Banshee going to clean up a lot of units here. In fact, there's a second Banshee now. He's just going to land that orbital, send the SCVs back.
Yeah, MarineKing's just getting for it. Uh-oh.
You guys don't see it, but during all of this, Hack has sieged up the planetary of MarineKing at the gold base. He's been taking that out during all of this.
That's going to be a pretty big drain on MarineKing's income as well. He does have about 1,500 minerals banked right now, though. Looks like MarineKing is just going to go after the third now.
Whoa!
Oh, and Blue Flame Hellions! This could be the most SCVs ever killed by Blue Flame Hellions. Unless they get surrounded. Nice surround there by the Hellions, but it doesn't matter because tanks are coming in from behind. All these SCVs are going to die.
Yeah, this is actually looking really good for MarineKing after all.
Yeah, that was a lot of SCVs taken out by MarineKing. And, I mean, yeah, that's the thing, is that MarineKing has made a couple little mistakes here and there, but when it comes to the big, the big things that happen, they've all gone in MarineKing's favor so far.
Yeah.
How many workers killed is that? I gotta see.
Oh, that is 93.
93 workers killed. Man.
MarineKing asserting his dominance here, coming down to the natural, but there are a lot of tanks and banshees there.
He's going to need to reinforce a little bit more before he pushes in there. And he really doesn't even need to push in there, honestly. He just needs to keep the next hack from having any other bases at this point. Probably needs to go kill this army first. That would be a good thing to do. And MarineKing sending the SCVs.
Yep. So tank some damage. That's the rest of his tanks going surround Hack's units. And this may be GG for Hack. I mean, he does have some good air superiority, but with this many tanks from MarineKing out with no mining really for Hack, it's very difficult. Thor's not really getting very close to the tanks. He needs to make sure those Thors can do the anti-air damage to take out the Banshees.
Yep.
And it looks like now that the Thors will survive. That last Banshee, really the only threat left for Hack here. GG.
MarineKing really played well when the big moments happened. He was there. Came out winning game 1, but looking a little bit shaky, I gotta say. I mean, he made a lot of mistakes in that game.
Yeah, he looks, he's thinking the same thing right now. He's going, well, that was close, man.
He's under a lot of stress. I mean, for a player like MarineKing to be knocked down to Code A and then to struggle in the round of 32, he's under a ton of pressure right now. And that is actually one of MarineKing's biggest weaknesses, too, is that pressure. I mean, that's what's really gotten to him in a lot of those GSL finals. He's a very, very emotional player. And, man, his emotions have got to be going crazy after that game. He's happy he won, but he knows that's only one of the games that he needs to win. He needs to win another one to stay in the GSL.
Yeah, and I liked his choice of engagements. The timings were good.
Yep.
The placements of his units weren't always perfect. He kept trying to break up ramps in a lot of cases, and in a lot of cases, you have 8 siege tanks and your opponent has 2, but his siege tanks are at the top of a ramp and your siege tanks have to funnel through a choke and they get stuck. That's not a place you want to be. The Thors, the Thors were going up the ramp, then that one engagement at the natural as well, and the SCVs blocked, and it was like, whoa, and that was like a really nice block by Hack.
I'm kind of interested to see the upgrades for each player, too.
Well, MarineKing had +3, and Hack only had +1.
That's what I was thinking, too, because
he canceled his +2 for some reason.
That's right,
and then I don't know what happened after that. He never started it again.
I don't know. Might have been a mistake. Who knows?
Most likely.
Yeah, that SCV block on the ramp with the Thors, that was comical and also very effective. Yeah, man. I mean, you think the Thors could just like stomp on the SCVs?
Well, MarineKing was just really trying to commit. He was right-clicking on the tanks. He was like, maybe I can force my way through. Yeah. Maybe I have enough range. Couldn't quite reach them.
Well, that was like those little overcommitments that we were talking about too. If he can avoid doing those things in game 2, I think he's got a really good chance of just taking this 2-0. As the next hack looks strong, I think MarineKing is a better player. The next map is going to be Zelnaga Fortress. And I don't know, it's an interesting map for TVT. That's why they changed the watchtower for TVT.
It's a very Banshee favorite. I'm like trying to I know what you're
trying to say, Wolf. Don't
Banshees
worry about
are used a lot on this map. Let's jump into the game.